keep things understandable. Do join me. We'll have a lot of fun together.
Weekdays at 5:45 on KSJE. Ten minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, the 30th day of October, 2024. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Micklin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, 103.3 in Durango, Colorado, and streaming everywhere at KSJE.com. Welcome also to our viewers this morning. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. I'm so glad that you're all with us because coming up, we're getting an update this month from Farmington Municipal Schools, so stay tuned for that. It begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE this morning. Then, of course, later on this hour, we'll be going and talking to Dr. Tone Fetz from San Juan College, our Musical Moments segment coming up at 8:50 a.m. here on KSJE today. Then, stay tuned for Mick Hess, our weekday classical music program, Roving with the Arts, a 90-minute version today, beginning after the news at 9:06. Will take us to 10:30, and right on Four Corners, our local and regional author program with host Delcherie Gladden. That's coming up today at 10:30 right here on KSJE as well. We also invite you to connect with us on other social media like X and Instagram, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast person, we remind you that you can subscribe for free to KSJE Podcasts. They're available places where you're probably already listening to podcasts, so check it out and discover a new program that you may have missed recently. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is currently 37 degrees outside. I had to look at that twice. Mostly sunny skies, and we are expecting a mostly sunny day today with a chance of showers, however. I should say partly sunny and change that then. 50% chance of showers, 58 for a high today, 39 overnight, and then that forecast seems to be off by about a day, so we will check that and get it back to you because there's a freeze warning in effect. So it's certainly going to get cooler than 39 overnight tonight, maybe more like 30 degrees as the Tuesday forecast and the Wednesday forecast says. I'm going to get the calendar figured out, be back with my guests and more right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community-owned and operated, here for you. I'm back in Studio A this morning with my guests, as I mentioned, from Farmington Municipal Schools. Always great to have back in the studio with me, Superintendent of the Farmington School District, Mr. Cody Deal. Mr. Deal, good morning. Thanks for coming back in.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good
you threw me off. I didn't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Apparently me neither. So you're in good company. But yeah, sorry about that. It is Wednesday, though.
Good.
The 30th of October. At least that's what my phone tells me. So I just do what my phone tells me to do. You know?
A lot of bad news. Good news that, we're at the end of the month.
Right.
But it's cold.
Yeah.
We're
a little dark.
We're gonna move it. It's a little dark.
It's going to be even darker next week. That's true. So, yeah.
But no, it's all good.
Good.
Thank you.
Glad that you're here. And we'll talk about the guests that you brought with you here in just a moment.
Sure.
But we talk about the things going on at the Farmington School District in October. Here we are. We are well into the new school year and things going well.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's as always. Once the school year starts, it goes fast, right? And so we are 10 weeks in, I think now, and maybe 11.
For you, for you guys,
finished the first quarter a couple weeks ago. So, yeah.
Very good. Well, let's talk about some of the things that have been going on. One of the things that we want to tell people about is this Raising a Reader event, right?
Yeah, so Apache Elementaries, they're doing a great job with their community schools and bringing partners in from across the city. And yeah, so, they had some events last month, and they're always having events now with as a community school. But so yeah, partnering with those community organizations and love to give things away to our families, books, guides, how they can support their students. And I know coming up, we have our teacher of the year with us, and she'll talk more about the importance of reading and preparing kids as they enter our school system. So yep, just
Right.
another partnership and a way for us to to promote reading.
Very good. And working with Save the Children
Yep.
in this particular instance, right? And I know you have told me in the past, and others too, how important it is for kids to know how to read or have those reading skills by the third grade. Isn't that kind of the measurement?
That's right. Yeah. And so it's so important to build those foundational skills. And I'm really proud of Farmington Schools and our partnership with our Student and Support Family Services. And I messed that up, I'm sure, but the old Title I office. And
Right.
they're ready for kindergarten programs, and it's transitioned to an online program this year. But even Apache Elementary with their community schools, inviting those families in pre-K to provide strategies to help them get a jump start.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Very good. Well, congrats to them, and thanks for sharing that with us this morning. And that's just
Absolutely.
one example, I would imagine, of these programs throughout your
So
district.
many,
Yeah.
so many examples.
Very true. Another outdoor garden classroom at Esperanza Elementary School.
Yeah, so I think we will. You'll see more of these popping up, and I think we can't go without talking about our food service program, right? We trace it all back to Marie Johnson and her vision, and not only just her, but some other teachers that we have that really are excited about growing and teaching students about healthy choices. And so at Esperanza Elementary, we have a garden/classroom lab, and we saw a little bit of this last year at Animas Elementary with their community schools and gardening. So once again, bringing in the community to help support these programs. It's been really cool to watch. And I think we saw a couple Facebook posts last week of students actually engaging or eating in some of the produce.
So
So,
harvest time,
Yeah.
very, very good. That's
Really
nice.
cool.
And this is the first garden classroom or garden lab at one of your schools. And the other schools may have a smaller
Yeah.
portion of this, but this is kind of an official, formal space.
Yep. And so we really, like I said, I mean, I think it's going to grow into all of our elementary schools, especially when we find space. But first of its kind, where we actually have a curriculum behind it, right?
Right.
Nice.
Nice.
I want to thank the teachers from at Ladera and Esperanza for their focus.
Yeah, very nice. Congratulations to them and
good stuff.
teaching kids, and maybe they'll have their own home gardens after
Yeah.
learning how it works at school and things like that. The Marchathon was held last month, I think, or earlier
Yeah.
this month. I know I heard them in my neighborhood, so they were making the rounds. That's for
So
sure.
yeah, so really just thanks to the community once again for always supporting our schools, whether it's our activities, the garden that we just saw, or athletics. Just want to say thank you to the community. One, letting our kids walk through the neighborhoods playing, and hopefully they enjoyed it. Both of our bands, our marching bands, well, all of our music programs, and we've celebrated them here before, right?
Right, that's right.
I think we're on 8 years in a row of best Farmington being best communities for music, right?
Mhm.
So thanks to Mr. Fear and all of our fine arts teachers in our district.
Sure. And I would say, too, that's a commitment from you at the district level and the administration level and the school board, I guess, too,
Absolutely.
to fund these programs and make sure that these things are available for your students.
Yeah, and I wish I had the numbers in front of me, but we presented them in our work session last month. The number of students that we have participating in fine arts programs, whether it be visual arts, music, theater, I don't remember the exact number, but the percentage is high. Kids participating, so absolutely. And both of our high school marching bands competed this last weekend in the first ever state marching band competition.
Nice.
I mean, they have pageants and
Sure.
and contests, but this is the first the inaugural state championship, and they did well.
Okay.
They didn't win,
All
but
right.
they did well.
Well, first time out. That's,
Yeah.
good for them. So very good. And thank you for sharing that again from the music department. The Young Audience Concert with your fifth graders. I know there were fifth graders from all over the county that were part of this, but Farmington Schools sent several busloads of
We did.
fifth graders here to San Juan College for this concert.
Yeah, and certainly thanks to the Connie Gotch Foundation and the opportunities once again to provide experiences for our students and opportunities for them to learn and be active participants.
Right. And I know I had a small role in this concert, and so I know that the idea of why the fifth graders were kind of invited was because in sixth grade they kind of get to choose kind of what
Yeah.
kind of fine arts programs they may want to get involved with. So this was an opportunity to kind of let them see kind of how an orchestra works and different types of fine arts and dance and singing and band and all the different things. So that was part of that as well.
That's really cool, and being able to see it, touch it,
Yeah.
have the experience,
questions.
and
You bet.
ask questions, and we talk about this all the time. I mean, it's very similar to our work-based learning programs.
Right.
Get out there and see what it's like, and if it interests you, and so providing these opportunities. Thank you for being a part of it, and.
It was great, and
Yeah,
it was fun for
good.
me to listen to the gasps and the recognition when the orchestra would start playing, like the Star Wars theme or music from Harry Potter, and the kids were like, "Oh, that's the instrument that makes that sound, and that's how that all goes together." So it was pretty cool to see the reactions from the audience.
neat.
So yeah,
That's
very
good
very
stuff.
good. President's Award of Distinction to one of your folks.
Yeah, and I appreciate. We probably could put up 100 of these pictures every time we come, but we have great teachers.
It's only a half an hour show, but
It's
I
only a
know
half-hour
what you're
show.
saying, though.
I wish
They
we could
deserve the recognition. You
I wish
bet.
we could recognize all of them, but yes, Mr. Travis Jensen from Piedra Vista High School.
And I must have, there's still a typo on this graphic, so I apologize. That's me, not you. Distinction is not spelled with an extra C.
Well, we can blame it on you because,
That's me.
but we can blame it on Roberto for having the wrong title to begin with that we
Well,
had to change. But that's all right.
strike two, I know.
Hey,
Oy.
I think I said this on the mayor's table last week, or I think it was last week. We're human. We make
Right.
mistakes.
Well, that's true.
And I think it's not to get off topic here, but people think as educators we're not supposed to make mistakes, but we do. So
Right.
so thank you. But
Gotcha.
yes, back to Mr. Travis Jensen. Really cool to see the work and the hands-on stuff that students do and the leadership with our teachers. He's a ceramics teacher. He's being honored with the President's Award of Distinction from the New Mexico Art Education Association. So
Nice.
really cool. Good stuff. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I think there was, one of 10. I think that maybe
right.
11. So yeah,
Okay.
really well deserved, and we're really proud of him and good work.
Right. Nice to see that with your teachers. And then we go to your Teacher of the Year finalists, right, for this year.
So we changed this up a few years ago, where before we would let our former Teachers of the Year come together and determine who the Teacher of the Year is for the current year, and we really opened it up last year to the public and students, parents, other educators, to help us determine our Teacher of the Year and why, right? So the last 2 years we've had 5 finalists, and then we choose a Teacher of the Year from those. So we certainly want to congratulate Miss Kelly Henderson, Miss Terry McCartney, Miss Geraldine Moses, and Mr. Nick Shepard. We'll talk to our Teacher of the Year here in a minute, but
Right. But those were the other finalists.
those were the
then,
other
right?
finalists, and via nominations from the community, students. So it's really thanks to Mr. Pash, our Executive Director of Human Resource, for thinking outside of the box and creating a way where we can recognize even more teachers.
Right. Very nice.
So, good stuff.
And,
Yeah.
and excellent. So, and then that takes us to our other guest who's here with us
Yes.
this morning, your Teacher of the Year, our community's Teacher of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, welcome. Teresa Sunder from Farmington Schools. You teach at Mesa Verde Elementary School. It's great to have you here on the program this morning, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What is it like to be Teacher of the Year? Is there a crown? Is there a sash? How does this all work?
No crown or sash.
Okay,
I guess
all
just,
right.
I don't know.
Well, some accolades from the district, I would
Yes,
say.
a lot of support, lots of congratulations throughout the community, the district, students. It is crazy. I don't know if you've ever seen the Mean Girls movie, but there's a part
Explain
where
that
there's
to
a
us.
crown
Yes.
where they, crown the dance queen or homecoming queen. But I don't know. I had a crown, breaking it and sharing it with all of my colleagues because truly, I feel like we're surrounded by so many people who are, Teacher of the Year people. We have amazing teachers, and I don't know. I just.
Very good. Well, we understand that you were chosen because of your excellent teaching skills, the positive impact that you've had on the academic achievement of your students, and much, much more. So talk to me. You've been part of the district since 2011.
Yes, so this is my 14th year teaching. I've done all my years of teaching in kindergarten, and I've been very fortunate enough to do all of my 14 years with my outstanding assistant, Laura Hutchison. There's no way I could do my job without her. And truly, it does take a village to do your teaching job. Teaching is a hard job, and so it takes a village.
Right. And kindergartners, I can only imagine how that goes day in and day out, but that may be a lot to keep track of.
Yes, at the beginning of the year, it often feels like herding cats.
Right. How many students do you have in your classroom?
This year I have 18. A normal number would be about 20.
That's a lot of cats.
Yes.
So, yeah. Mr. Deal, talk to me a little bit about Ms. Sunder's teaching.
So I try to spend a lot of time in schools, and there's not any time where I go to Mesa Verde Elementary when I walk by her classroom where students are not engaged, or it's very exciting, things happening, and it's just and like she said, I mean it's such a cool little age, right? And they're growing and learning, and the expectations keep growing for them. She's right, and I've said it many times. I think I say it every time when I'm on this program that teaching's a hard job, and it's become harder and harder every year. And just the energy that she displays and that she does it with every day with a smile, and she does a great job for us. And she was a finalist last year, so. Recognized, right? And the impact that she has in building those foundational skills, and we ask more of her every year, and she delivers.
Very good, very good. Ms. Sunderland, come back to you and ask you a bit about your passion for teaching. Is it something that you always knew you wanted to do as a profession, or how did you find teaching?
Actually, no, it was not something I always knew right off the bat. Like when I went to school, initially I thought maybe something in the medical field, like nursing.
Right.
So I took a few, courses to kind of get my basics down. And the longer I thought, I'm like, I don't think this is what I want to do. And so I started working around kids a lot. I'm the oldest kiddo of a family of 4 kids, and I have several cousins. All of my first cousins are all younger than me. And I got to thinking about it. I'm like, I really like helping kids. And I talked with my mother-in-law, who was a teacher for our district for several years, and my aunt, and they're like, have you ever thought about teaching? And I said, no. So I got into the classroom and started doing some volunteer work, and I realized, okay, this is what I wanted to do. And I was dead set on I want to be a 2nd grade teacher.
Right.
And then, so I did my student teaching in kindergarten. I was terrified because oh my gosh, kindergarten, that just seems like a really big responsibility. You're supposed to teach them how to read, and I don't know if I could handle that. And my mother-in-law said, but how cool is it to be able to see the sparks when you are able to teach them to read? I'm like, okay, that's a really good point. So I did my student teaching in kindergarten and absolutely fell in love. That is where my heart belongs. And fortunately, I was offered a kindergarten position here in Farmington, and I have not had any regrets. This is truly where I belong, is teaching kindergarten.
Wow, look at that. And so never had any other thoughts about going to 2nd grade or teaching any other grade level?
No, I say this all the time. There's
fit.
no way I can do any other grade, especially middle school and high school. I give all those teachers kudos because I don't know how they do it. Kindergarten it's my jam.
Okay, very good. Well, something tells me the feeling is mutual. I bet they don't know how you do it with the kindergarten kids either, so that's important to know as well. But congratulations to you once again, Mr. Deal. Again, it's great to have quality teachers like your Teacher of the Year and others throughout the district, I would say.
Yeah, and I really appreciate what what Miss Sunder said earlier about her breaking the crown up. They have such a strong team at Mesa Verde Elementary, and we see that more and more across our schools with our PLCs and our framework that
Professional
we've talked
learning
about.
communities, PLCs.
Professional learning
yes.
communities.
I've
And
learned that over the years.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right, and our HRS systems, our high reliability schools, providing safe, supportive, collaborative cultures, teachers working together. So we want good, solid, effective teaching in all of our classrooms. So they work really well together, and they have a great team.
Very good.
That's good stuff.
Congrats again. And Ms. Sunder, before we go on to our next topic, though, any pitches for maybe folks who are listening who may are considering getting into the teaching field like you have done? What would you say?
Okay, so it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but if you truly love kiddos and you feel like that's what you are meant to do, keep going and follow your dreams, because it truly should be a passion and your heart should be in it. I love my kids, all of my kids, current, past, and lean on your people, because it takes a village. Surround yourself with great, coworkers. Branch out to other schools. I've been very fortunate to have coworkers that I work with now, other coworkers who have, transferred to other schools, admin. Just find your people.
Okay, very good. It seems to me like teaching, like maybe broadcasting, is a passion, and you really have to have a love for it in order to put up with some of the other things that come along with it. But it is a great career, I would think, for both of us.
Yes, it is.
So, congrats once again.
Thank you.
Mr. Deal, back to you a little bit about some other things you wanted to mention this morning about, crossing guards for one.
Well, we talked about this earlier in the year, and I just wanted to mention, and thank the community for their support, and Farmington Police Department for their partnership as well. We had an unfortunate incident where one of our crossing guards was not treated very well. I'm not going to get into details, but I just want to remind the community that we have people that show up every day to keep their kids safe. So please slow down. Please respect that position. It's not an easy one, just like teaching. And come volunteer your time if you have some issues. But I just want to keep encouraging our community to help us keep our kids safe.
Gotcha.
It's a big deal, early in the morning and late in the afternoon, right? It's a busy time, and we got a lot of kiddos running around, so help us out.
Very true. And
Yeah.
you have openings, I guess, for crossing guard positions?
Well, we have openings. We always have openings, right? And if you don't, and if we don't, the next couple of bullets, we talk about volunteering at our schools,
Right.
and I think COVID set us back a little bit in terms of us locking our schools down, and we don't want that perception, right? We want our schools to be open, and the more people we can get into our classrooms to support our teachers, the more we can involve parents in their students' education, the better off that our students are going to be for it, and I don't know, Ms. Sunder, how many parents come volunteer in your classrooms?
We see biggest numbers whenever we do our family engagement, APTT, the academic parent-teacher teams. I am fortunate. I usually have a great turnout. I have parents who are, constantly reaching out, saying, like, what can we do to support you? Let me know. We can come in and help. So I think I'm probably one of the lucky ones.
So,
Gotcha.
So we see this.
Makes a difference, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and we see this at the young age, right? And as kids grow and get older, and it's probably the students saying, Mom, I got this. Dad, I got this. Or Grandma and Grandpa, guardians, I don't need you to be at the school anymore and is involved. We want you to be involved at the middle school and high school level. So keep helping us out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And again, folks can find out more by contacting the district office for volunteer opportunities or to get signed up?
Sure, or specifically with each school.
Okay.
Is the best place to do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Very
Where their
good.
students go to school.
All right. Very good. You're inviting folks to your school board meetings as well?
Always. We want people to come see the positive and great things that are happening. And if not, we now broadcast via Zoom, right? If you can't make it, so join us and see all the amazing things happening. But most importantly, I encourage them to get into their schools where their students are and really see what's happening.
Right.
And our doors are open and let us know how we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
Very good. What's new with graduation requirements?
So we've talked a little bit about this, right? And I
have.
just want people to know that starting with next year's freshmen, that there will be some graduation changes, requirements. But we talk a little bit about, and we brought a committee together to what that looks like. So just letting people know that we're still having the conversation, but we have the opportunity to create some pathways, maybe with a couple different electives. So we've talked a little bit about work-based learning and,
Right.
and those opportunities, and we heard Miss Sunder talk about what she wanted to do with her career and her life, and if we could have put her in a nursing situation long before she graduated from high school, maybe she would have figured out she wanted to be a teacher even sooner.
You never know.
Right?
That's true.
So providing these opportunities, I just want the public to know that with these graduation requirements, we want to expand the opportunities. And we've talked about this before here too. What students need in 2024 is way different than what they needed when we were in high school.
Sure.
And I've said it before, and I challenge our principals. Schools do not look much different, especially as students get older, and we need to change that.
Got it.
So
Okay.
we're still talking about it.
Very good. But these are coming up, as you said, for incoming freshmen.
Current
Current juniors and seniors shouldn't panic.
Nope.
Nothing's changing for them.
Nothing's changing.
Okay.
Yep.
That's-
It'll be next year's freshmen with new graduation requirements.
Good to know. All right. Very good. You got a big football game coming
Big
up.
football game. We're gearing up for the big FHS, PVHS football game, and there's a lot on the line. I talked to Coach Dalton at Farmington High on Monday, and I asked him, what's on the line, and
Sure.
he believes and that the winner of this football game is going to get in the playoffs. So even with PVHS, their record. He believes that they might sneak in with a win. So it's a big game Friday
Okay.
night.
Gotcha. I'm noticing your apparel today is very neutral. So you're not
Yes.
in one color or another. So that's probably
right.
very
That's
diplomatic
right.
of you.
Yep.
So good to know. We have just a few more minutes. I wanted to bring up an event that I was at just last week that I thought was really interesting, and that was at the district office. You had some guests from Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And this may be taking some of the programming from next time we meet,
Oh.
but I wanted to ask you a little bit about that program because you had some school administrators from Germany here in Farmington. They've been visiting for probably about 10 days or so, visiting schools. I think they came up to San Juan College, but this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, so I think 8 to 10 years we've had teachers from Germany in an exchange program, and the goal is for us to get some of our teachers. And last summer we sent a contingent of our teachers to go see what education looks like in Germany. So they were here looking at specifically all of our schools,
Sure.
but with a focus on career tech,
Right.
CTE classes. So
I know I had a
the
conversation
partnership-
about dual credit here
Yeah,
at San Juan
dual
College,
credit.
things like that.
The partnership that we have, and I want to thank Mr. Donnie Ortiz. He's a former principal at Piedra
right.
Vista High School and one of our assistant principals who's kind of, he is the bridge with those folks and keeps it going. So, but I think, and I don't know the number, but I think we have 6 to 8 teachers here right now from Germany who are on our staff, and it's really cool.
That is
It's a good relationship,
It's fascinating for me to talk with a couple of them who were here and getting their perspectives and their observations of being in this country and the different ways of teaching and how they do things in Germany as well and how the school systems operate. So
Yeah, no, it's a really good partnership, and we hope to keep it going. And it's good stuff.
all right, very, very good. All right, final thought is job openings, I guess, right? If you have folks who would like to join your team.
Well, we always end it right
Yeah.
with visit our website at farmingtonschools.us, and there's a wide variety of opportunities. Whether that be you teaching or working with our grounds department, bus drivers,
Right.
EAs, food service. So we have a lot of opportunities in
Yeah.
our community. So I said this on the mayor's table last week, and 10,500 students, 1,700 employees, 20 little campuses. We got. It's a people business, a big business, but 20 little communities, little cities. So come join us.
There's a lot
Good
going
stuff
on.
happening.
That's true. Very true. Well, thanks for sharing that with us each and every month when you come over, and we're glad to share that with our audiences too.
We appreciate you having us as always.
You bet. Thank you very much. Thank you. Superintendent Cody Deal and his guests from Farmington Schools here with me on KSJE. KSJE and the San Juan College Native American Center present the Student Study Tip of the Week.
Hello, this is Demetrius coming with you, the study tip of the week. While it may seem like a good idea to learn an entire semester's worth of information in one night, it's not an effective study habit, and it can cause a lot of unnecessary stress. Instead, study a little bit of information every day for at least 20 to 30 minutes. You'll likely remember more later, and you'll feel calm and prepared when it comes to exam time.
The Student Study Tip of the Week is presented by the San Juan College Native American Center and KSJE.
Hey everyone, it's your host for the World Beat Show, Scott Duran, and I want you to join me every Saturday at 11 a.m., where I take you on a journey around the world and show you traditional and modern style world beat music. Music from Africa, Spain, France, Japan, China, heck, even songs and artists from the United States itself. So join me every Saturday at 11 a.m. only on the KSJE 90.9 FM.
Make each day a learning experience with the Academic Minute.